And let's just talk about, do people want to buy ethical products? Will they pay more for them? How much will they pay more? And are people in the jewelry industry interested in this? Now, we can be sure that brands like Signet, like Zales, or like Tiffany, or like De Beers, have to protect their brand. They'll be on the front end of making sure that there's some social responsibility stuff happening. And I think that from what's coming from the United Nations, what's coming from the from the GJPC, even what's coming from the RJC, is this movement within the industry. There is an identification of some subset of consumers. But if I'm an Indian manufacturer selling mostly to China, I don't think I'm going to invest a lot of money in social responsibility.
But the consumers are doing their own research now. I mean, really nowadays, people are going on the internet. It's sort of like why a lot of the retailers got in trouble for sweatshops. I mean, people are starting to do their own research.
We know about it, but my point is this. There's a rainbow of consumers. Some buying at Costco, some buying at Tiffany, some buying at Blue Nile. And I'm not even going outside of New York City. So we're going to see some interest here, but you're saying to me something very important. You say, don't rely on the United States retailer to start paying you more money for social responsible jewelry this show. Okay, let's put it that way, okay? That's pretty, on the other hand, you're making a good argument for mercury-free gold, and we're assuming that people will pay more for mercury-free gold, and that was the point about marketing. You see, the question that I don't, you know.
Hoping we could take some.
Good.
One second,
we got to raise.
I think we're corralling ourselves into this thing that the whole purpose or the whole measure of our business is return on investment for the products that you buy and what you sell them for. Because a consumer, unless a consumer is willing to pay more for a piece of jewelry that's responsibly sourced, you're making a wrong economic decision. There's two things you want to take a look at. One, you want to make a margin on a piece of jewelry you sell, or you can sell more pieces of jewelry at a lower margin. And I think some of the things that have been mentioned around here, what Aaliyah brings up, and I'm sorry.
Gwyneth.
Gwyneth, yes, thank you. A jeweler's going to leave this show right here and they're going to buy their product. And when they get home, they've got millions of issues on their plate that have nothing to do with responsible sourcing. They have to do with their leases. They have to deal with their advertising. They have to deal with their employees. What's the biggest problem that we've all seen manifest itself right here at this show is there's not enough people to do the work. From setting up the booths to the crew that didn't show up at the airplane, so you got delayed. The jeweler has the same problem. And what Gwyneth says is absolutely true, and we've done the research, we've all done the research. If people that you hire and feel better about working for you, they will work for you longer and harder. They have the values. The people you're hiring have the values. You're not going to be able to communicate the complex issues that we have here unless your people working behind the counter can do it. So the first thing you have to do is you have to put these values in your store and share them with your employees, because they will internalize them, and if they internalize them, they'll share them with the customer. And Leah, to what you said, the customer does not come in and ask about responsibly sourced materials. That does not mean they're not thinking about them. What you're looking at is you're looking at hidden objections. And when people come in, they have a number of things that they're concerned with. But if you proactively go out there and talk about how important it is from your business standpoint and from you as a consumer to do what you can to improve the conditions, that's very, very important to us. And what that will do is it has nothing to do with price. It has to do with their willingness to do business with you rather than the person down the street. And regardless of what we do here on this level, if we don't get that message across to the retailers and the people that are working for them, we're not going to do the job. Last thing I'd like to say is I loved what you did there, Aaliyah. The one thing that we have to realize is that the way we communicate and the way we market and that we sell has gone beyond most of us old people. All right? I'm sorry. Social media and the way that you attract customers and the message you go across, you need help in reaching those new young customers, because that is where your future is going to be. And if you have a message of sustainability and good values and being a good, this does not work by putting a new ad in. It works through changing your behavior as a member of your community and as a retailer.
Wow, you said a lot of good stuff there. Let me unpack it a little bit.